If there is one thing I love, it's saving money when buying hi-fi equipment. And we're going to talk about a whole bunch of different ways that you can make sure that you're getting the best deals in hi-fi. They're almost secrets. Shh. Some of you know them, some of you might not know all of them. And that's why you really need to watch this video. So sit down, grab a cup of coffee, and let's talk about a whole bunch of secrets. And bonus, there's a bunch of awesome sales going on right now that we're going to talk about that you should probably jump on if you're interested. So I discovered these sales this morning when I was looking at trying to show an example of what used to be called Amazon Warehouse, and now it's called Amazon Resale. Most of the time when I look at the Sony SSCS5, which is one of my favorite affordable speakers, I can find a resale or Amazon Warehouse deal. I couldn't this time, and they're selling for $200. But when I looked up Elac, the 2.0, the one with the 6-inch woofer and the 5-inch woofer, guess what? They're on sale. Deeply, and the reason is the new debut 3.0, the new series of the debut line from Elac is out. So there's going to be yummy sales on the second generation, but I don't love the second generation, especially the 6-inch version, but I do love the second generation 5-inch version. The debut 2.0 B6.2 currently selling for $279, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it. And you can get a used version, slightly used, or maybe scratch and dent, for $249. That's $249 for a speaker that used to sell for $400. And this one takes a bit of break-in, or a lot of break-in, and it was never a speaker that ended up resonating with me. The 5 1/4 inch version though, $229. Now I did like this speaker quite a bit. And I'm sure if you dig around, you're going to be able to find, and you can get it for $199, scratch and dent. It looks like last call, sold by one call, $199. So this, the debut B5.2, the second generation, now coming in at the same price as the Sony SSCS5, and there's no contest. The Sonys will seem a little bit funner on top at times, but the 2.0 B5.2 is a real speaker. It's got a real woofer that'll punch you. It's got real mid-range. Kind of continuing with the theme of Amazon Warehouse is going to be scratch and dent from places like Crutchfield. I don't know if Audio Advice has scratch and dent. I think they do have an option to buy, maybe if it's been an open box or something. So Crutchfield is awesome. Audio Advice, I think you can get something there. Best Buy, you can get open boxes. I bought a lot of speakers open box at Best Buy. Emotiva, you can find some of their deals sometimes if they have them. Skit has kind of like a last chance deal section on their website too. But the thing you want to do is if you're interested in a speaker or an amplifier, check that out, of course. But if you wait till that speaker is on sale or that amp is on sale, then those discounts, those open boxes, scratch and dents, they get even more affordable. And a lot of the hi-fi stuff that I talk about kind of has a seasonal wave of when it goes on sale and when it's not on sale. But Elac stuff goes on sale every year. Klipsch stuff goes on sale every year. Polk stuff goes on sale every year. But if there are things from Emotiva that are on sale, that generally means that is going to be discontinued. Like, it's not going to suddenly go up in price. Usually if you see something on sale from Emotiva, that's the new price, and it will be the new price until something else comes out. If you're getting any value out of this video, consider thumbing it up and subscribing. Listen, 60% of you watching right now are not subscribed, and I would love to be able to earn your subscription, so please donate your subscription today. People, listen, if you don't like me, you can unsubscribe later. People do it all the time. Thank you so much for watching. Description. Buy used, okay? Now this one is kind of a no-brainer, but I'm going to talk about buying used from organizations that have something to lose if they don't live up to whatever their promise is. There is an outfit called the Music Room, and they usually deal in higher end products, maybe some lesser known brands, but very good brands. They sell Unison Research, like the Unico Primo, which is awesome. But what you can do is if you buy something from them, even if you don't buy something from them, but if it's a brand that they sell or they think they can sell, they will take that on trade-in. And since they take a lot of stuff in on trade-in, that means they have a lot of used gear. And because they've been around for a while and they have a vested interest in not angering their customers, then you can get really good deal on used stuff. And I think there's even a guarantee on buying used stuff from them. And then the cool thing is, again, is if you want to buy something that they have, you can trade in whatever you bought from them towards some new gear, kind of like trading in cars. And I think that's a spectacular business model to have. It's a great way to save some money, and especially if you're looking towards higher end stuff. Now, you can also look at used on Facebook Marketplace, things like that, forums like American Audio Mart. That's not right. Put it in the comments. US Audio Mart, maybe that's it. There's a bunch of forums out there, basically, a bunch of places where you can list gear. You can also look at buying gear from groups on Facebook. I have a group, my Patreon community sells and trades and sometimes just gives gear to each other. But you want to make sure that you kind of trust the people in there. You can look at eBay, of course, but a lot of times the people on eBay, especially if they're selling vintage stuff, they're just kind of junk dealers. Most of them aren't just into hi-fi. Most of them are into buying stuff out of an abandoned storage facility and then, oh, look at this, it's a receiver. The audio world has changed in the last 20 years, and you have companies like Emotiva that have really built their business and gone direct. There's a great story, and I'm not going to share it because I don't know if he wants me to share it, but there's a great story about a company that went direct, and the only reason they went direct is because somebody else that they were doing business with said, yeah, internet? What is that? That cat pictures? Sure, sell stuff on the internet. Good luck. And guess what? It worked out pretty well for them so far. But you have companies like Emotiva, Skit, that were created and sell direct. They only sell direct to customers. And I don't like to say direct to consumer because I don't feel like we're not consumers. We're customers. We're not mindless automatons just feeding on different audio products, consuming them, pooping them out. No, we're customers, which means we have rights. The customer is always right. Other direct-to-customer companies, RSL, they make speakers, but they're really known for subwoofers. And they have great products, and they're great people. Another thing about these direct-to-customer companies is they're generally smaller, which means you get better customer service. Now, I am probably going to forget some of these companies. So if I do forget some, put it in the comments. My friends over at Gishelli Labs. Very small company, made in the US. Skit is made in the US. The theory is that if you go direct to customers, you're cutting out the middleman, you're cutting out distributors and retailers and dealers. And most of the time that's true. Sometimes there's companies out there that are direct to customer, and what they do is they just keep the price the same or even increase the price, which is fine. We live in a capitalistic society, and if people can get more money for their stuff, good on them. But generally speaking, you can get the same level of quality of products that are more expensive, cheaper by going with a direct-to-customer company. But we live in a world where these companies are kind of like chefs, right? So they all have different flavors on their stuff. Another company called Aperion. They're direct-to-customer. They've been around for a long time. Then you have a lot of the smaller companies like Fozzy Audio, Duke, IEMA. Fundamentally, they are direct-to-customer companies too. But since they're overseas and not based in the US, I would still buy them through an Amazon or something like that. Use your discounts. As a military veteran, there are some companies that provide military discounts, and they're not insignificant. Again, Emotiva provides I think a 10% military veteran, I think first responder discount, which is really cool. There's other companies that provide some discounts sometimes, but that is something that you kind of want to dig into. And if you ever want a discount, just ask. The worst that they can say is, no, we're not running any specials now. But if you've been a repeat customer, get a hold of customer service and say, listen, I love your company. I bought X, Y, and Z from your company. Is there any way I can get a bit of a discount? Or do you have anything laying around as a demo unit that I could pick up? What are they going to say? No, you didn't lose anything, except for a little bit of time sending a message or picking up the phone. Wait for the sales. Guess what? It's November and Black Friday and Cyber Monday are coming up. Amazon has Prime Days all of the time. Emotiva has Emo Fest and promotions like Bring Us Your Dead. There are always sales going on, and you have Klipsch, Polk, Elac. There's a bunch of companies that all go on sale on a regular basis. But the sales that you can count on for sure are going to be coming this month. So keep your eye on those sales. And when things go on sale, that also means that the open box, the scratch and dent stuff is going to be even cheaper. So now is the time to buy. So I hope you like this video. If you want another speaker that is crazy awesome, crazy good, and has a crazy sale going on, it is the Wharfedale Linton, the 85th edition. I just compared it to the new edition, which is called the Super Linton. I will link that video right here or right here. Check it out. Thank you so much for watching.